Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Collective Intelligence Block Party number 24. This is the 24th 24-hour block party, which we do every Friday and Saturday without missing a weekend. And so very exciting times. And I'm very happy and excited to introduce Marina, who works as a colleague of Bret, who normally runs this current segment, this next segment, A World Beyond Money. So without further ado, welcome Marina and take it away, and welcome everyone.
Welcome everyone, guys, here who is joining this session. Unfortunately, Bret couldn't make it of his internet. Let's hope it's gonna happen next week. But we still with him, with our energy about imagining world beyond money. And I'm not sure if I kind of should repeat what we are doing here. Maybe there's newcomers, right? We are creating alternative reality game, which basically participatory experience around the globe for everyone to imagine and create a new reality in our current reality. And what we mean by this, that everything starts from imagination. So everything starts in your head. And when we will be able to imagine the world beyond money, whatever it means for you, we will be able to create this world together. And so we are so excited with the Bret to make this experience happen with all the world, with participants from every corner of the planet, because we believe that deep inside, we all have amazing imagination how the world can look like and what we can build together. And this is going to be planning and doing step by steps, and we might even do the official launch in December, but you guys already can start participating in a way that you can create artifacts, which means anything, song, design something or paint something or make recording or imagine and create a reality scene from the future world, where you either interviewing someone about how we've been in 2030 and how it's gonna feel a new economic system now, and we are paying now with our good deeds behavior instead of money, or anything like this. Is a super welcome, any creative mindset and any ideas. And I just actually yesterday was on a session about vibrations, physical vibrations. If you familiar with that we humans have vibrations of our energy around us. We of course don't see it, but we sometimes can feel it, because we go to the party and we say, I vibe with this person, or I like the vibes here, right? So we're familiar with this concept, and apparently very interesting scientific observation was made. If I'm saying right, it was random generator number thing. Probably you familiar with this, right, Jamin? And the thing is, they find out that during specific global events, this random number generator is showing coherent thing, which is abnormal for the waves. And they noticed that it's happening at specific global events September 11 and now during the COVID. And what is actually happening, our consciousness reacting so globally, it calls consciousness global project, that it's sending the specific waves to our reality, and it's even can shift the reality. Of course, scientists can still predict in what direction it can shift and what is the possibility and everything, but just this fact is giving us the thought that we literally can create a new reality, specifically if we are together doing it. And that's actually the alternative reality game. The alternative reality game is this collective coherent imagination together, and we send them these waves to start developing a new reality. And of course, by doing actions, actions, and action. As for example, my favorite one of German, if I'm pronouncing right, German, when he done the Darth Vader thing, beautiful action for humanity. It's just unbelievable. We get you down.
And I can play that if you want, and I'd love to make a comment whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I'm happy. Like I'm finishing kind of like my just talk on this, that again, just few things to take away, that collective power is really unstoppable, and everything starting with this collective imagination, and that's what we try to do with alternative reality game World Beyond Money. This is just to trigger a new vibrations in reality, and to start shifting it towards the actions. And I'm so happy that like we already here creating this new reality with thinking, talking about this, and sending this new vibrations to our universe. So please, comments, questions, interactions. Game starts. Game on.
Well, here's one thing I want to point out, and just raise your hand if you'd like to get in the queue. I'd love to hear from everyone. Is that what we're doing right here is a game that is totally money free, right?
Exactly.
I'm not trying to charge Jamie money for my consulting here because I'm saying all this brilliant stuff, and please send your check here. None of that's happening. We're all contributing freely. It's gift. It's gift, it's love, it's connection, it's compassion, it's healing, and it's stories and histories and everything, and our time together. And there's no money being exchanged. So we've been playing the alternate reality game, A World Beyond, for over 3 years, and it's just growing and accelerating, and it's almost to the point where it's 24/7. And out of this, other games are spawning, like Food Healers, where we're going to feed everyone a nutritious universal stew for free that we're going to deliver in large trucks, right, in bulk, and we'll dispense right there in front of people's homes. Bring your own pot, we'll fill you up. Next, safe social distancing, wear a mask, 10 feet, all that, respect all the rules, but zero packaging, right?
Exactly.
And we're going to produce this by the thousands, by the megatons of stew, and just deliver it to everyone all around the world. And that's another game beyond money, because we're not charging. It's just a gift. It's free. And so we're block by block, we're taking over the world with a new world beyond money. That's what I wanted to say. And I see that So has her hand raised, and back to you, Marina, and then we'll pass it on to So.
Yes, beautiful. I will just add the thing to that, which was on my mind. Yeah, so that you're saying that you already played this game, and like I feel like we all used to play it, just we more maybe even in family relationship, when right, like parents giving up their time and everything they given. So this is like all this given, this like altruistic behavior, like we already played this, like in a family, in a small community, and sometimes like people playing in really small communities themselves. But unfortunately now, with a more like kind of egocentric system which we create in our reality, I mean like economic system and political system, it's suppressing our like altruistic and beautiful side of a human being, and we start acting like in another rules of reality, and we kind of like used to do everything now for money, which is which is the way which we do things now. And there is definitely the way to come back kind of to our beautiful roots, who we already are, altruistic human beings, and start giving up and giving the things to the earth. And the thing is that we also laugh with Bret about that, like philanthropist without money, right? Like now there is a lot of philanthropists, but there is also like a lot of projects, and like I don't want to start discussion on like how it can be corrupt and all of this. But the thing is, like each of us is a philanthropist. Each of us can give it time, each of us can contribute, and each of us is already huge philanthropist with our own mind, soul, energy, time. It's already a beautiful thing which we all can do. Yeah, so sorry, So wanted to comment something.
Yeah, I don't, like really like people monetizing themselves. I know people have to live, but I really,
Yeah.
I, I'm just more and more intolerant of it.
Yeah, you mean like intolerance, you don't like people who want to monetize themselves, right?
Yeah, like for example, a lot of stuff that people do, they want to have a Patreon or something, and
Yeah.
they don't really need that money. They're already in a house. They've already got the food, you know, and then they want the Patreon, and it creates a two-tier system. So I start thinking, yeah, okay, you're doing that, I'm doing that, but you think you're entitled to the Patreon button. So it's all, I sell my wares, but you don't sell your wares. I just don't like it. I'm for being on the level.
Yes, yes, that's beautiful comment. I mean, like idealistically, I wish we all just uh, create for the world or give for the world or do whatever we want and don't like demand money. And honestly, there can be different incentives why they do it. Right? We actually don't know why they're doing it. They might do it from egocentric behavior to collect this money and buy whatever they want, and who knows, maybe they're doing it and contributing this money to some good cause as well, which is like
Yeah,
for me personally
I
just
know,
hard
I know
to
that,
think about.
I know that they usually say why they're themselves with a Patreon button. I mean, you know, all that's some decent work that needs transport, but I think people massively overestimate how much they need. You know,
That's
it
true.
can be complicated if you've got kids, but even people with kids, how much space do these people need exactly? You know, they're
Yeah, that's
taking up all this space. You know,
yeah.
bedrooms are empty all day. You know, if we're rethinking actually badly behaved in a group, and what happened was did a big thing about Sting. You know, the police. You know that band that called themselves the police used to call themselves the police. For, and was playing for Earth Day with Al Gore. So I just, I really went strange, and I just thought I can't be doing with these environmentalists who have 5 houses. I looked up how many houses he had. He has a castle in one place. He has a flat. No, he's bombing around between these places. One's in Italy, one's in London, one's in Malibu, one's in this. Now, don't tell me that guy's an environmentalist. I'm not having it. He's milking this environment thing cynically for all he's worth. And, people want to forgive these people because they gave us so much pleasure. We went along singing their songs down the road. But no, I'm not having it. I just, you've got the statues. I want to smash up all the rock god statues. I'm gonna just go, mentally, I feel like totally smashing them up. I'm fed up with the hypocrisy. Al Gore with his massive gold guzzling, no, they're ruining our earth, and they're part of the problem.
Yeah, that's so like few comments. That's beautiful what you're saying. This is really the part of the problem, hypocrisy, like the people saying one thing and doing totally another one. And it's terrible to see, and unfortunately it's used specifically also a lot in like this social impact projects, and as you say, environmentalist, but like he's probably just stealing money and doing whatever he wants and really kind of not caring about things. And that's a huge problem of our society on the one hand, as you say, that people can like they don't have a feeling that it's enough, so they want to get more, and like as we always talking about like Amazon, the Jeff Bezos, I mean, now is the most richest man in the world, 180 billion or something. So he actually can solve all problems of humanity with his money, right? And finish the world hunger and all other problems of poverty and things, but he doesn't do it. And the thing is of understanding the human of like human levels of perception, of energy, of spirit, of emotions, of psyche. It's pretty complex thing to change people behavior, and unfortunately what can do, I mean, unfortunately we can't change them, but we can change ourselves. So, and that's probably the things where we all have to start, is to work on ourselves, that to not do things like they do. And if we get this like amount of money, to do what we consider right and not be hypocrite, and contribute to the world if we feel and consider it right thing for ourselves. And yeah, that's about hypocrisy. And then I was thinking, yeah, okay. And then I comment my thoughts on that people never can get enough. And actually at this point we know, right, from some interviews and stuff, that it's these people not happy about that. I mean, they pretty sad, because when they get all of this, like, I don't know, yachts or houses or everything, they stop having actual satisfaction level. Like they stop even like releasing kind of dopamine to having this. They already have everything. So for them to get this feeling, which we probably can get from piece of chocolate, like for them it's very hard to get this happiness feeling. And this is, I mean, I'm compassionate about that, and I feel bad for them to be in this terrible position and not be happy anymore. We win with all money in the world. What is your comment, Jamin? Or if you have one on that old story of so comment.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love this conversation. The thing is, we either treat something as something to be shared with everyone, or we treat it as something to be hoarded and monetized, right? And I think one of the biggest things that we can do to getting to a world beyond money is to demonetize entire segments of the economy and of therefore of life. Economy is the study of life. It's the management of life, of the home, right? So what's the single biggest thing? The single biggest thing is food. The single biggest part of the economy is food. The foundation of the economy is food. And if we demonetize food by making it free, a free commodity that we actually deliver to you right to your home, especially in the time of pandemics, so that you don't have to leave your home. We'll come and take care of you. We'll deliver you the food. I think that's the single biggest step. Another big step would be demonetizing housing, right? There's, like you were saying, there's an overabundance of built out construction, right? We just need to open the doors and let the people in, right? And give them a place to stay. So we can demonetize that. Most countries have demonetized healthcare, right? Which is another biggie. And then there's clothing, right? That'd be easy enough to. There's an overabundance of clothing. We just need to give it away.
Jamin, you know, in England, we have, my son's been looking it up, we have a lot of abandoned mansion houses. And he found one, it was owned by one of the guys in Pink Floyd, some old guy, right, in Pink Floyd, and it was just left there with all the stuff in it. And there were these mansion hunters who go hunting in mansions. They go hunting through the mansions with a camera. And it's just like the rock star just left it. You know, all the stuff, all the rock star memorabilia is all around the place. And then apparently somebody bought it off him and has just left it there empty for 3 years. The grass has been mown because the neighbouring mansions don't want the grass seeds going over or something. But, you know, how unimaginative that you become a rock star, right? you get all these fans, and what do? You buy a mansion like the rich do, and you fill it with all kinds of boring furniture, exactly like the rich do. And then you have too many rooms to live in, and then it's so overwhelming to live in this mansion that you have to leave it with all the stuff in it. Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, that sounds, I mean, even you see, it sounds laughable, because that's really no imagination how to use money. And I guess we touched on this topic exactly about like not having imagination of like where to put their money, or just like to make it money more, and more and more and more and more. And
Marina, I took the liberty of looking up Sting's sitting room in one of his mansions.
Wait, I can hear you. So
yeah,
sorry,
so would you be good enough to just speak loud and clear, direct into the microphone,
okay,
please? That'd be great.
Okay, I took the liberty to look at one of Sting, that's, you know, Sting from the Police, one of his dwellings. we'll call them dwellings. And the sitting room was the most boring, traditional sitting room you ever did see. It could be any rich person's sitting room. So what's going on? That's an utter split, isn't it? You're on the stage, Earth Day, representing the Earth, and you're living in these huge places with, you know, traditional sitting rooms. What is going on? And people, you know, that's an absolute betrayal of the fans. You know, they have adoring fans who really believe they're representing the earth and the forest and the Amazon and all that. It really matters. And I'm in no mood for forgiving these people. They're doing a lot of harm to our causes.
And one of the
yes, go, German.
Oh, thank you, Marina. I mean, perhaps the biggest area in which they're causing harm is because so many people look up to them, and they then model hoarding, massive hoarding, more for me, even though 1 billion people are starving. That's less important than that I hoard. And then they all use the same two excuses. Well, look, if I gave away even all my wealth, it wouldn't make a drop in the bucket. In the case of Jeff Bezos, we did the math earlier today on food healers. It would cost $18 billion a year to eradicate hunger worldwide. So Jeff Bezos' $180 billion could end world hunger and feed everyone for the next decade. At which point, do you think some other billionaire is not going to step forward to carry it on? Give me a break. So it's like, so the number one excuse is totally shot down. Oh, I could give it all. It wouldn't make a drop in the bucket. The other excuse is that it would actually harm these people and the planet to give to them, because then they become addicts to handouts. They don't work. They become lazy, drain on the system. They just get pregnant and have a bunch of kids, and they don't even look like us. So, you know, no, we can't do that. Right. And, you know, I mean, I proposed to Bill Gates a plan for ending hunger. He didn't want to hear it. He was not interested. Right. And this is when I was working for him, and, you know, we would talk. And so it's not like I didn't have a channel. And he was simply not interested. Right. So anyway, I just wanted to make those comments, and back to you, Marina. Thank you.
Yeah, you're right. Of course, he didn't want to finish world hunger, as we know from his TED talk. He actually for depopulation. So for him, it's kind of, as more people dying naturally, or I don't know, is better. And that's the one problem. And I think what happened here into like many problems of society, and especially like Sori's commenting that this music bands like and others like hypocrites, that they're like doing one thing saying another. You know, it's I believe that it's so actually sad and psychological thing, because these people might even not know themselves. What I mean by this is they start becoming rock star somehow. I know, like their life consists of this, image, and they perceive themselves that they behave this way because others behave, rock stars behave this way. So they take in this perception of character and create being this character in real life, and even don't through their life they not figuring out who they are really, what is the world is about, who are people, should I care, should I not. So people usually tend to not ask themselves these deep questions, and what's going on, like with humanity, where we go, and can we finish the world hunger and stuff, unfortunately. And if we go to a global scale, majority of people who have any money don't kind of think about these things. And that's again like much deeper problem of how to make people think about that. And as we say, that alternative reality game which we create in World Beyond Money is like one step to trigger people to start thinking about this, like what is this world beyond money, what we can do to actually together to finish like global challenges, I mean the hunger, poverty, medical education. We have a bunch of things to solve. And yeah, and it's just everything starts, maybe it's my personal just thing, but I believe that everything starts from yourself. So it's really important that we, each of us here, really work and do whatever we can do to make this world a better place. And then we will see reality where finally the rock stars, where the finally billionaires, tech company people contribute into society, because for them it's becoming normal. It's like if you don't contribute, you will become like dude, suck, you know, you like too egocentric in our society. So they would feel themselves that they're normal, that they're not normal, but now they feel that they are gods of this planet, you know, and that we are not normal, that like we're like some crazy hippies, I don't know.
I really
Go
love
ahead,
what you're
Jamie.
saying, Marina. I really appreciate what you're saying. But I do
Thank you,
feel like
thank
this, yeah, I really do. But really do feel like when we make the focus, this is our focus, to imagineer the world we want, and we place too much of our focus on what the past was, to place all our
you.
focus on
Exactly.
labeling it, identifying it, focusing on the shit part of it.
Exactly.
I really don't think it's time well spent for us in this Imagineering game.
I think
it's
I think
well, if you don't mind me finishing my thought, I'd be happy to pause in a moment. I think it's important to acknowledge. I think it's important to research. And I think it's important to know it to a certain extent. And when we know, we acknowledge, and we understand, we say, okay, and then we place our focus somewhere else. So if we have 1 hour together, we can acknowledge it, and I think we need to move on from it. And sorry, you were wanting to say something. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry for interrupting you, Jamie. Basically, I feel the collapsing, the decolonizing of all this sick stuff that we've been born into.
Yeah.
That, like the statue smashing, I feel it's an important part of it. The dismantling is an important part, and but like you
absolutely.
say, they can happen alongside each other. The Imagineering, as you call it, because you want to destroy, but you want to build. We have to build the new. Maybe even the word "build" is the wrong word, you know, for it.
I mean, creation, but I see what you're saying, because when you smash the statue and you smash the icon and you smash the system, I think what you're really doing is you're letting go of the conditioning that we've been brought up with, our ancestors, our parents, their parents. And so this is a conditioning that, of course, metaphorically, we want to smash it. Yes. And then once we do, we can focus on recreating. So I don't know, it's a wonderful discussion, and that's such the beautiful thing about a discussion.
Yeah, thank you, Jamie, for that wonderful comment. I'm 100% on a page with you about that. we shouldn't much focus it on the past. And I mean, as it's like as an open discussion, so
We need to recognize it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had some
Yeah.
comments that I'd really like to, you know, while everyone was talking, I kind of wrote some things down. I thought, yeah, can you be a philanthropist if you're not a billionaire? I think
Yeah.
you can in your own way from your heart, because if you're someone who knows how to make stew or knows how to make soup or knows how to babysit the children in your neighborhood or knows, you know, we all have our passions and we all have what we're good at. And then I see it as a trade society, a local society where someone loves to garden, you know, and someone else is really good at something else, or someone else is really good at building. And this is a highly evolved civilization. I never thought it would come in my lifetime because I've read about it, but I think it's happening, so it's so exciting. And then another one was, yeah, trade our gifts, our passions, because what brings me joy is my passion, and what brings you joy is yours. And you may be a mathematician, you may be an architect, I may be, you know, something else. And I think it's this trade. I also wanted to bring up the food issue because I think export is a real big problem on the planet. For instance, I saw a documentary recently on wheat. I think India is one of the biggest exporters of wheat, and their people are hungry. You know, so if we could stop the export and we could feed our own people, and the land will give the people what they need. So if your land gives you wheat and your land gives you berries, it's all perfect in our sustenance in what we need. So that was another comment I wanted to make about exportation. I don't really like that. Also something a little like free energy, and you know, the military, they've had this technology forever, for a very long time. It's all patented. It is not being shared, but it's completely plausible for every you know, country without water to have water, you know, to have food. This free energy issue, so I think that's really important as well with the world beyond money. Yeah, so, and then also with the looking at the, yeah, just looking at Hollywood and musicians and everyone else who's like very creative. I mean, they're creative souls. I mean, and then they got this wealth, but in the past, maybe, yeah. But I know a lot of them right now during this Corona time who are taking all that they have and creating businesses to bring water to people, to like bring food and shelter to people. So there are a lot of celebrities who are doing this. And I know we're picturing a world without money, but in the meantime, between now and 2025, if I were to have, you know, $20 million, you know, I would buy several land properties and I would ask for them to be used to, and I would give the people who could be the stewards of those lands, you know, to use them for a good purpose. So I think there's nothing wrong with, in this time, before the money is gone, making it, but possibly creating, if you've got it, these land houses for people to come and for you to help, and then also help other people flourish to become what they become. So this is my dream. So I really don't want to smash Hollywood or smash the rich, because we still have 5 years. It's 2020, 2025, the money's gone, but there's a lot we can do with it before it goes.
Exactly.
So if I had, you know, $20 million, I'd buy land all over the world that I could visit, and I'd just give it away, or I'd give it, you know, just stewardship. Give someone who knows how to run something beautiful, like a yoga studio or a school. So there are some good things that can be done with money while it's still here in the next few years. So I think that's about it. Thank you.
That's beautiful, Jeremy. Thank you so much for your comments and contribution. And we see how world beyond money looks for you, and that's beautiful feeling and vision you have, as we all do. And I want to say that I mean, fortunately, there are around the world projects who trying to create a new alternative economic system where we actually can contribute our joy and gifts to each other instead of
Yeah.
exchanging it for money. So we, in alternative reality game, like when officially it's going to be launched, we will be able, the beautiful thing about this, that we will be able to see reality, which means the projects who really creating the future, which we're now like here, for example, imagining, right? Like no, for example, no export food. There is projects which is like vertical farming and all of ours are sustainable ways to growing food they create. And they will tell their story they already create in the future, and it will give us more even right inspiration and imaginations that, oh, it's not us just talking and dreaming, some people already doing it, and we just now have to unite and do it in a big scale, which is like also like German, your food project. Maybe you can say a few words about this. I actually would love to hear about your food project, which is super amazing and important for our global family.
Thank you, Marina. Very happy to share about that. Linda's had her hand up for a little bit, so let's hear from Linda first, and then I'll be happy to share about the food project.
Thank you, Damon. Well, I just wanted to address an issue that I think is important, and that is that so many of us are in this poverty consciousness when in reality, we're all billionaires. We have 1 billion units of love. You know, every one of us have that. So, you know, for me, I believe that your time is a commodity, your love is a commodity, and we all have these things to contribute. And you know, I'm all for eliminating a monetary system per se, but I think that we also have to realize that we all have so much to contribute, and we bought into this fiat system that says, here's a piece of paper and this is worth something. When in reality, it only has worth because we accept that. And once we shift the tide out of the old paradigm and say, yes, we are all abundant beyond measure. And our whole purpose here is to exist, you know, as one cohesive unit. And that's really about all I have to say about that.
Linda, thank you so much. That's amazing comment. Thank you for bringing it up. And this is amazing about this conversation, because like we have tons of things like stuck in our head, and then like you trigger a very important thing and then it's, you know, pop up. 100% I believe the same. We are all already billionaires by our ability to give love, which is the most important, I mean, for me at least, and our time. And this is the narrative which we're saying ourselves, right? Because like if we would say, oh, I'm poor, but to what like standards you're poor? And you poor to standards of current reality of monetary system, which you have some digits in your bank account, but you can be so rich in your energy and love you given. So it's just really framing ourselves in these boxes, like I'm poor, he is rich, and all of this, which exactly beautiful that you brought up, that we have to change this narrative. We have to believe that we already reach, that we already have everything to give, and there is abundance of resources, and it's 100% true. There is abundance of resources, totally enough for everyone to live good life for no matter where you live. And we now have technology and resources to make these things happen. And enough of this narratives that, oh my God, we don't have enough water, food, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. We have enough of everything. It just has to be equally distributed. And people have amazing potential to work on top of this, of when they have some basic needs to cover. There is so much geniuses everywhere in these emerging and developed countries, but they don't have even food to go to school. But who knows who is next in Stein and stuff, right? And I would say that we're not like here trying kind of like to eliminate like, right, like monetary system. For me, it's a bit like sounds like negative, like elimination. I would say that I'm more proponent that we're doing like the evolution of thriving human potential, which by this meaning that with this evolution of thriving human potential, we're really creating a new reality of any narrative which we see in this world. And one of the narrative is monetary system, right? As you mentioned, one of the narrative is that, yeah, there is poor, there is rich, there is fiat, which we exactly, you say, right, which we value because this paper doesn't mean anything until we value. So finally, we have a chance with this technology, and now we're communicating across the world and talking about that we can think another narrative about ourselves. We should stop dividing and creating this deviation narrative about everything in our life. Starting with with the colors of our skin or countries, like who created this even notion, right? And we never questioned this. And I mean, it's beautiful that we can question it now on this call. Thank you so much, Linda, again for your amazing comment. Jem, do you have any comments? Because unfortunately, I'm thinking I might leave soon because it's really late for me. I'm from Ukraine. Here's PM time.
Oh, right. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me answer your question about the food.
Exactly.
And then so will be next after me. So the idea has really two main parts. One is the economic engine, that which will generate the money, as long as we live in a world with money.
Right.
Thank you, Jamie. The second part is how do we deploy that money to feed everyone, which is really a story of incredible efficiency that will take us to a place where, just remember three words: food on tap. There's so much abundance of food. You open up the tap and food comes out. Okay? So first the economic engine, then food on tap. The economic engine. So we are in the process of launching two businesses which will donate 100% of the profit to ending hunger, right? And you could say, well, why do that? Why not just, the rich people who own the businesses just do whatever they want with the money, including donate it all if they want? Here's the problem with that, is that we primates have a problem. That once we get something in our hand that we want, we get attached to it and we hold on to it and we say, mine, right? And so if you put $1 into the pocket of a wealthy person, there it stays, okay? So what we're doing is we're creating something structurally so that the money never actually goes into the hands of the rich to begin with, right? Which has a profound parallel to SRM, by the way, which is that the photons never warm up the planet to begin with. So we're really going upstream and preventing the money from becoming a toxic thing in the first place. As soon as it goes into Jeff Bezos' bank account, it becomes toxic, right? It's poisoning him and it's poisoning the world, that concentration. And so we donate 100% of the profits from these businesses to ending hunger. Okay, so now let's go to how do we make maximum efficient use of this money and create food on tap? So what we do is we buy with that money truckloads of lentils, whole grain rice, potatoes, carrots, onions, garlic, all spices, et cetera, et cetera. Then in giant industrial kitchens, right, we manufacture thousands of tons per day of stew, delicious, nutritious stew with all the protein you need, all the fiber, all the vitamins. Stew for you, okay? And
Bret,
But now I want to eat the stew.
of course you do, and who doesn't? And who is Stu? Says Ray. Ray, stew is you, because it's all of us working together. Stew you, man. Stew you. Stew for you. Okay, so it's about all of us working together. And the thing is, and you know, Ray's in a happy mood. It must be Whiskey Day in Canada or something like that. But yeah, thank you. Look at him go. Okay, so but you know, Ray is involved in the food healers meetings that we have right here on the block party. We kick off the block party with food healers from 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific time, and then we do it again 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific time. So when you wake up, Marina, jump right back in. And we've been working out the details of this, how we want to do it. But here's the basic idea. So of the thousands of tons generated daily by this massive industrial kitchen, these get loaded into bulk delivery trucks, right? Which take that stew, which has been refrigerated, so it's now cold. It doesn't necessarily have to be a refrigerated truck, because it's not going to be in the truck very long. But it is loaded up cold, and we take it out to the neighborhoods or to the villages or wherever. And we say, bring your own receptacle, right? If it's a washed out plastic bucket, great. If it's a big stainless steel pot, great. But however much volume you need for you and your family, bring those volumes of containers. We will open up the tap at the back of the truck and out will flow the stew, okay? So in this way, there's no packaging. There's no single-use packaging. There's no multi-use packaging. There is no packaging. You come out to the truck from your house with your own container, we'll fill it for you. It's that simple. Okay, we got a couple hands popping up with questions and or comments, but first let me just prioritize. Are there any questions about either the economic engine or the food on tap, which we fuel with the money from the...
If there is no question for economic engine, then I will might leave sooner. And then if there's a lot of questions for the food, then you're gonna hold the mic, which you do amazing, perfect. And someone actually commented then that you also have to bring a bread to the stew.
Oh yeah. Hot, cold stew, hot bread. The idea is you reheat the stew whenever you feel like it, or put it in the fridge to keep it.
Yeah.
Hot bread, cold stew, and then the third item is green smoothie, right? From kale and chia and hemp hearts and all kinds of greens and ginger and all kinds of goodness. You know, blended up fresh. That would also go refrigerated, and that will be dispensed through a different spigot. So just bring your own glass, drink it right there on the spot. Smoothies for everyone. Immune boosting, health boosting, happiness generating. What more do you want? Okay, we got a couple.
Dancing next to the stew.
That's right. I'm gonna be dancing and singing on top of the stew truck, right?
You're gonna give the stew a vibration of positive energy. People gonna love it. That's
absolutely. Absolutely. And just like, you know, water takes on beautiful crystalline forms.
Exactly. That's
when you
how
imbue it with love and compassion and healing and music and joy and art and beauty. I mean, this stew, it's going to be love stew. In the 1970s, we grew up with we grew up with the Love Boat. The Love Boat. Soon she'll be making another run. The Love Boat. And well, now we're going to have the Love Stew.
Love Stew.
You know any Rod Stewart songs?
Rod Stewart, yeah. Rod Stewart.
What would be appropriate?
Let's see.
I don't know.
Young hearts, be fed tonight. Da 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 da. Stew is on your plate. Da 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 da. Don't let him. Don't let that truck turn around. Don't let it move along. Bring out your pots and pans and get your and see, we just make it a party. Food, friends, song, dancing. Woo! I mean, this is the future. Embrace it. Wake up. Get on board. Join the bandwagon. So has her hand up, followed by Jamie. What's going on, ladies? Woo! Okay, looks like Jamie's got a little bit of urgency going on. Jamie, what you got? If so, if you don't mind hanging in there a second. Yes,
I
Jamie.
was just, oh, sorry.
No,
Yeah,
no,
me?
yeah.
Okay,
Jamie.
I was just putting my hand up saying like, yay, I'm so happy for like your rampage. I was
Thank
just
you.
like, yay. I actually had nothing to say except for like, yay. And that's why I put my hand up.
Thank you,
Beautiful.
Jamie. Love it. Love it. All right, we got so followed by Ray. So look, do re mi fa
Do,
sol
mi,
la
fa,
ti
sol, la, ti, do.
So
Do, ti,
a
la,
dear,
so. A
oh
female
Beautiful.
deer.
dear, Ray
have
A
a drop
ray,
of
a drop
golden
of golden
sun.
sun.
Me a
Me, a
name
name I
I
call
call myself.
myself. Far,
Far a long, long way to run.
run. So a needle pulling thread.
La, the one that
A note to
follows
follow
so.
so.
Tea, a
Me,
drink
a
with
drink
jam
with
and
jam and
bread,
bread.
and
That
that
will
will bring
bring us
us
back
back
to
to
do, do,
do, do,
do,
do,
do,
do. Do, re,
do.
mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Beautiful jam by Jammin and Jamie.
That's
Welcome
right.
to the
Jamie,
stage.
Jamie, jam.
Jamming with
Jam,
Jamie,
jam,
you
jam.
know.
You Jammin, you always jam. Like
Thank you. Well, I
it's
mean,
beautiful.
this is where the magic starts. Togetherness. We come together, we sing together, we eat together, we smoke together,
Exactly.
we dance, we
We
talk, we
dream
share,
together.
we drink red wine. I mean, it's all about togetherness, right? Food, friends, fun.
Exactly.
And
That's how we build the new world.
and here's the thing, what we're finding is it is so fun. Christopher made this point earlier. Give me some, Christopher. It's like, it's just so fun being in this conversation.
Exactly.
So it just fills us with love and hope, because here's the thing, we're realizing that we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yep.
It's so obvious, and we're almost there. It's like time for celebration. It's like, woo, you know,
Celebration.
that's right, celebrate, it's all right, a good time tonight, celebrate, it's all right. And so has something important to say, and so does Ray. So let's get it on. So what you got?
Lots of people are working away, beavering away on the political front to dismantle the system and, or, you know, have a mass movement that will overwhelm it, to neutralize it even, because everything, I think someone else has mentioned, everything exists. We have all the solutions, and there are probably a load more just hiding in a forest somewhere with some poor genius stuck in a shack going utterly crazy because nobody will listen or take on this world-changing thing. So I believe in the political thing. I also believe, like Jamin says, it's all about
I guess it's connection.
method. For example, company, you know, that all this is, it's, so, sorry, my I've got my door open and you can hear the traffic, but it's already there. But you know, we have to get these people out of the way. And Marina, regarding the rich, they are really an intractable problem. These are the people pumping all the CO2. You know, we've got the stats. These are the people who are actually destroying the planet. Poor people can't afford to destroy the planet, even if they wanted to. It's a very small percentage of people, these rock stars who jet everywhere, you know, the Al Gores, all these, you know, greenwash gurus who are utter liars, and they are a problem. The thing is about revolutionaries is that I regard myself as a revolutionary. We're too nice. You know, we are nice. We're peaceful. Obviously, they demonize us as the evil ones and as the violent ones, which is clearly not the case. But I think we have to stop being too nice in our language towards this thing it's actually going to kill our kids. This is going to kill our kids. It's going to kill the grandkids, what they're doing. So being nice may not be a good idea.
I see Jamie wanted to comment on that. Jamie?
Yes, I would, because I really do agree with what you're saying. But I really want to take it to Big Pharma. I really want to mention, like, if we're going to do the world with no money, if you want to take a look at who's running the money, who's running the control, because it is a control system based on money. So before we eliminate the money, let's understand what it is. So only in my opinion, through my experience, through my own research, I come up with these ideas. Not ideas, but my research. And Big Pharma, pharmaceuticals. Okay? 1, banking. 2, insurance. 3, and then politics. 4. And that's all I really want to say, because everyone can sort of take with that what they will. Thank you. But yeah, I really like what you said, and I really understand, but the system is bigger than just Hollywood and rich people. It's a control system. It is a control system. It's been going on for a long time. And if you follow the money, which is so funny because we're studying, experimenting, imagineering a world beyond money. But before we do that, we may have to follow the money to understand where it came from in order to rise beyond it. So big pharma, banking, insurance, and politics. Those are 4 that just sort of came up for me.
Yeah.
I don't want to focus our attention there, but there it is. Thank you.
Beautiful. Awesome. No, really good stuff. I love that we're putting everything on the table and looking at it from so many perspectives. And with a beautiful...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, no, I was just going to acknowledge Ray, who's had his hand up for a bit.
Yeah, let's get it right, and then probably I will say a sentence to finish, and I will leave you guys, and you will continue conversation.
What I was going to bring up was to do with the food project and embellish a little bit on that. Was there anything else before? I guess that was the topic that was taking over. What I wanted to say was that the project also has this interesting dimension that it started out with targeting restaurants whose commercial kitchens are sitting underused. And it occurred by circumstance that there was this Buddhist temple that had a huge commercial kitchen that wasn't being used. And even staffed kitchen with a full-time chef who had nothing to do because of the COVID crisis. Nobody was coming to the temple. So that is one of the places where this project is going to start. And this idea of involving houses of worship, which are already part of communities, and making them central to each community. The idea of the food truck that goes around, if we're going to feed an entire city as a project, obviously we're going to have to bring out the big toys to do that. But to maintain it, why not get every church in every community, every mosque, every temple to participate in this and restore their place as the center of communities? Because I think that's largely lost. A lot of people have lost their faith in organized religion. And whatever you think about churches and organized religion or spirituality, there's an obvious mechanism here by which if they insist on taking up space in our community, they should be leaders in our community. And this is one way to do it. Feed your community. They should have compassion. They should have a compassion to know who in their community needs food. help distribute the food to the people that need it the most. And that's, I think a function of the church is to, find places for this passion to go. It can't just be all about teaching and sharing cultural chants or whatever. So that's an interesting dimension to this that allows us to get this project started in anybody's city, whether we're going to feed the whole city or just start on a community basis. And that's a common conversation amongst people who are recognizing the climate crisis and economic crises. Like, there's obviously a huge change happening. In our new system, is the resilience going to be in the national level and the global level, or is it going to be at the community level? So building community is going to be one of the really important things to do in the future, and starting with food just gets everybody's attention right out of the gate. And having a central place where people get together, and when you get together with food, you tend to talk about it. So there's also opportunities, social distancing, however much it's able to happen. When you have food together at an event, you can, get people to share their gifts. They may be artists, they may be performers. They love to get together with food. It also eliminates this idea that free food automatically means like soup kitchen or something, grim with people on the edge of starvation. This is a community thing. Everybody can be involved. Everybody can eat this food. Everybody can enjoy it. So I'm still looking for a downside, and I can't think of any.
That's so beautiful, Ray. I'm sorry, I got disconnected. So I will just comment on what I heard, and then I probably finish my part, and then Jem is gonna all take you through having fun, party, and food and distribution and everything. And I think you made a beautiful comment about the thing that it's nice to get people around. So it's nice to get people around the food, and it's very important thing to get us around, because we start being so isolated. We start even not asking our neighbor, like, how are you doing, and do you need like help, or bring some salt or bread. I mean, I remember it was in my culture when I was like kid, in Ukraine, my mom would borrow money from neighbors, and they will borrow, and that's how people survive. They survived in this common help each other thing. And like, if you don't have a food, you share with your neighbors, and it was back very normal. And now what I see now, it's totally changed. People don't do it anymore, and unfortunately, and this is beautiful that you brought up that this community thing and sharing with each other food and word to say, how are you, what are you doing? This is definitely we have to do, because we can't do anything without connecting with each other. And like, we're gonna move to nowhere, and the world will be either the same or even worse, unfortunately worse, if we're not getting together. And that's the first thing which we have to do, and especially on a common common threat, common problem. Then on this beautiful note of getting together, and I'm gonna leave you guys, and you stay together, you dream together, you create and act together, and create a new reality, whatever it means for you. And as we start speaking that, even you already gifted, you're already billionaires, you already have something good to give, you can say good word to random person on the street, you can share the chocolate, all this counts, all these gifts you already have. So I'm so happy that here this jam person catalyzer of all of this beautiful thing, bringing us together and sharing this beautiful thoughts, imagination, and actions together towards new world, new reality, all full of love and connection between all of us. And we all together, again, like I probably told it 200 million times, together we can make it happen. So big hugs, Jem, thank you for hosting the world.
Oh, you just went silent, Marina. I think your microphone switched from speaker to earbud or something. There you go. Now you're back.
No, like I went forever or what? Or just now?
No. It was just the last 2 seconds. We heard you just fine. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, beautiful, and probably like kind of like homework or whatever for everyone. Just this weekend, you can start dreaming more, maybe actively about the world beyond money. Whatever it comes to your mind, your talents. I saw Jamie. You have beautiful voice. Probably you can sing something about world beyond money, whatever is meaning for you. And anyone who is happy to share their gifts. It can be painting, it can be photo of cake, like to bring it to your neighbor, or singing a song. All is super welcome. Whatever you guys can create, just please share it with Jaman, and he will share it with us, with our community, and we're gonna post it in our alternative reality game. So all big love and support to everyone. See you. Ciao, ciao.
Awesome, Marina. Let's get together. Yeah. We can have a real good time. Let's get together. Yeah. Food and fun for everyone. And though we haven't got a lot, rewind. We actually have a lot more than we thought. Yeah. Hey, yeah. I really think it's fun. Oh, yeah. We're going everywhere. Food for everyone all around the world. For every man, woman, boy, and girl. Let's get together. Yeah. Think of all that we could share. Let's get together. Yeah. Every how and everywhere. And though we haven't got a lot, rewind. We actually have a lot more than we thought. And now Linda is going to add some beautiful thoughts to that.
Abundance. We are abundance. We are abundance. Let it shine.
Let it shine, let it shine. And see, this is just a whole new beautiful medium where we just somebody starts singing and then they shut up and then somebody jumps in, or we all start singing in unison. Why not?
That's fucking awesome.
Food, friends, and fun. Food, friends, family, and fun. Because we're discovering we're the family we never knew we always needed.
I love it. Conversation karaoke.
That's it. And next up is Linda. Linda had her hand up, and then whoever was after Linda, I forget, but go for it, Linda.
Oh, thanks. Well, I just wanted to share, and I appreciated Ray's comment about involving the various communities from the religious perspective. We have a small part of that in Sedona where once a week we have a community dinner, and it's hosted by all of the different organizations here in Sedona. It may be the Kiwanis Club, or the Jewish men, or whoever. Anyway, they rotate and they take turns, and so once a week on Mondays they put on a community dinner. Everyone is welcome, and I forgot where I was going with this, but anyway, so also the local food bank contributes. So it's a beautiful situation where once a week everyone gets together, and it's anyone who would like to attend. So it's really a very special thing. And even during this whole COVID shenanigan, whatever you want to call it, they have continued to do that, where they just prepare the food and you can pick it up in the parking lot. So, I'm so excited about where this is all going, and yeehaw!
Heck yeah. Thank you, Linda. I mean, what could be more fun than feeding everyone? And in the process, discovering that we are all one.
You didn't know that already?
I was speaking poetically about humanity as a whole. I actually knew that, and I know you knew that, and everyone here knows that. I'm just talking about all the rest of our brothers and sisters. But according to Jamie, we shouldn't tell everyone all at once, because might be too much for them to handle. All right. Who had their hand up after Linda? Who was it? Just speak up. Was it James?
Who's that speaking behind you, James? And there's some bird that's got something to say.
Oh, there's these crows, and we feed them every day. I'm getting concerned that we're maybe feeding them too much, but there's babies, so I got to go feed them. I got to feed the birds. Tuppence a bag. Wait a second. Why do we need tuppence? Why do we need any kind of pence at all? Feed the birds. Free bread's a bag.
You are my mirror with wings. I fly. Crows are not bad. Everyone gives them a bad rap, but I am the raven in the sand. Tuppence a bird, tuppence a bird, tuppence a bird.
Tuppence, tuppence a bird. Hello, crows. I'll bring food for you. My colleagues on the block party have exhorted me to. So just hang in there for a second or two while I bring.
Tuppence, tuppence, a bird.
You know that Mary Poppins film? It's very radical, that film.
I love Mary Poppins.
Yeah, because it's got Stop the Fox Hunting. It's got radical laughter therapy with people going up to the roof. It's got the street pavement artist. It's got the suffragettes. It's got
everything.
It's got the run on the bank. You know, when the boy says he wants to take his money out. It's got all these little revolutionary things. It's got revolutionary education, making it fun for kids. It's got all the little tropes of revolution written into the film.
Absolutely. And that's why I love film and, and books. It's a theater. And then I've realized that, we are making our own theater, and our theater comes from what we really create from where we come from and what we resonate with, Netzuels, or just like Mary Poppins, or whatever it is. But the most wonderful thing is when we co-create it in a resonance, which is resonating in a consciousness. We can be different, but if we resonate with the love first, being different doesn't matter. Thank you.
Or maybe just enjoy the difference.
And the differences are so beautiful. Yeah, they're the best. They're the absolute best.
Somebody the other day was showing concern about if capitalism was gone, that there would be no diversity. And if you think about it, advanced capitalism, it's all about homogeneity. It's all about McDonald's. It's all about Toys R Us. It's the uniformity and the lack of diversity is part of extreme capitalism. It's the opposite of what people think. And that, if everybody's being resourceful and, having a very regenerative life that is not part of the profit motive, that's where ecstatic diversity would exist, in every people wearing different wigs, different
I would like
hair
to,
colours,
I would just like to stop you for a
crazy
moment
clothes.
because I think you just created a new word in the dictionary, and that is ecstatic diversity. When you just said that, I think, I don't know if it's in the dictionary, but it should be, because ecstatic diversity is where we're going. It's the most, you just said that. It's so beautiful. I just didn't mean to interrupt, but ecstatic diversity is so beautiful. What a beautiful term.
I've got a little. I'll put the link in the chat. I've got a little clip of ecstatic diversity. You know, it doesn't tell you it's ecstatic
Well,
diversity.
that's great. I just want to mention that I think my battery is going to die in a moment. So if I do lose the connection, I just want to say goodbye to everybody. And I love you very much. It's been my best Friday night ever.
Oh my goodness, Jamie, thank you so much, sister. And go recharge that battery, refill that wine glass, you know, get what you need and come back. Because
Okay.
we're just getting warmed up here. We're like, we're not even 6 hours into a 24-hour block party.
Okay.
So,
I might need a break to recharge the battery.
yeah,
on my
whatever you
phone.
need, do what you need. We're
This
here.
is
We're here.
so beautiful. I can't even believe it. I'm in Holland, by the way.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah, I'm in Holland. I'm Canadian, though.
Awesome. Well,
Just
I know
a
Ray
little
doesn't.
background.
Ray certainly doesn't have a problem with that, and Ray's Canadian too. We some of our yeah.
Who's Canadian? Where's Ray? Let him talk. Let me see his picture.
Ray and Christopher. I just went to low power as well, so I'm going to have to plug in, but I'm not leaving.
Oh, but I can't see your face. But you're Canadian, Ray?
Yep. I'm in Toronto.
Oh, you're Canadian. I knew I loved you. I didn't know why. I was just like, I love this guy when he talked. I was like, oh,
And then
no wonder.
we got another Canadian lover boy there,
What?
Christopher. Say something, Christopher, so that you appear on her screen.
I'm totally missing Canada, so this is really
Oh,
good.
Canada.
Whoa, you're Canadian. Whoa. Yeah, man. Do you know the Canadian national anthem? Because I can sing it.
Please,
Sing
I'd
it.
love it if you sang it because I don't really know it. If you could.
Well, I don't know if it's really part of the world without money, but I could do it. But only if Ray sings it with me, the Canadian. Where is he?
I'm here.
Ray?
Yeah, I went to school for a couple of years in Minnesota, about 4 hours away from Winnipeg. They didn't know the second line. They couldn't get past the first line of vocab.
And what's the other guy's name that's Canadian on this call?
Christopher.
Chris.
Christopher. Okay, who knows the Canadian national anthem? Can we all put off our mute? I'm going to start. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all our sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. True patriot love. Come on, guys.
I wasn't sure if it saw the God line in
Glorious and
it.
free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Bravo.
Well,
Ends
there
up
an
on a
alter-
high note.
is
I hope my
there
neighbors liked it because I live
is-
very close to my neighbors.
Home
is
of the brave
there-
ends
is
up on a
there-
down note, but
I
we
know
stand
the
in guard for
American
the ends on
national
an up
anthem
note.
too.
I noticed that at the hockey games.
Yeah,
Is
I mean,
there
you go.
is there a song? Is there a song that is regarded as Canadian alternative anthem, which is called "Four Strong Winds"? Is that true or not?
Not familiar with it.
No, I
Okay.
just
But
I
the
just
British
know
version
that.
of the Canadian national anthem is "I'm a Lumberjack."
Oh yeah, we
familiar with that
all
one?
know that.
That was pretty nationalistic for
American one.
for this group. I don't know. Are we allowed to sing national anthems in this
I
group?
know the American one. If you
That was
want, I lived in
uncharacteristically
America.
patriotic for Canadians.
I know
We
in
struggle with
America.
patriotism.
I had to live in Kentucky for like a year and a half when I was a kid, and I had to stand up in school every day, put my hand on my heart, and say whatever that song was.
I would invite you to
Oh, no.
rephrase that and say that I got to live in Kentucky for a year and a half. I had the
I got
good
to live
fortune.
in Kentucky for a year, and it was totally amazing. Like, it was pretty fun. Yeah. And, you know, my mom grew up there, so I hope all y'all can come here to Amsterdam to visit me, the Canadian girl who lived in Kentucky one day. All y'all are invited.
Now you're speaking our language. Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, thank you so much for hanging with us, Jamie.
Well,
and
this is the best Friday night I've had in a while.
Wait, what part of Kentucky? What part of Kentucky?
Louisville.
I grew up in Louisville, born and raised.
Oh my gosh, how old are you?
48.
Maybe you know my cousin Beth Rutledge and David Rutledge.
God, David Rutledge sounds familiar. I don't know.
He was cute. He was a lifeguard. He was so gorgeous. Like
I grew up in the Highlands. I grew up on I was born. I lived in Everett Avenue apparently, but then my parents bought a house on Speed Avenue, so I lived at 1839 Speed Avenue, right down the street from Highland Middle School. Because I remember walking to my 7th grade middle school, and there was an Earler's ice cream. Do you remember Earler's?
No, but I remember like we had like I don't know. I remember a lot. Like I love Kentucky. Like dogs, you just let them out of your house and they could just like go roam free. Didn't have to take
But
your
where
dog
did
for a
you
walk.
live in? Where did you live in Louisville? Like Brownsboro Road, or like Bellarmine College area, or like because Louisville's pretty small, but it's still kind of big, but kind of small.
Well, my older cousin David was a lifeguard at the really cool pool.
Like Lakeside.
Maybe I was really
Lakeside
young.
was the most popular.
I was like 6 or 7 years old. So.
Oh yeah. No, I mean I grew up there, but I didn't go to high school there. My family moved to Georgia, and that was very unfortunate. But I got out of there luckily. But yeah, I had to spend a lot of time in Georgia.
Oh, I love Louisville. My mother grew up in Louisville for like 10 years from Scotland. She moved to Louisville, and then one year she had a bad year and brought me and my sister to Louisville to her aunt and uncle, and we lived there for a year.
Oh, okay. You
Real
didn't
fun.
live there that long. But Jamin lived in Kentucky. Jamin lived in like I think
What?
or his family lived in. Yeah, Jamin. Shively, right?
Well, there's Shively, Kentucky, which is right next to Louisville. And I actually lived in Lexington for a short period, but really love Kentucky. And see, my whole dad's side of the family, going back multiple generations, is from Ohio, southeastern Ohio, so not too far from Kentucky. And anyway, so love that part of the world. Absolutely love it. Good stuff. So much potential there. So much untapped. Yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
How did Shively get its name? Shively, Kentucky?
Yeah, I think Shively, the city of Shively. So believe it or not, I'm not the only prominent Shively to have walked the earth. And anyway, most of us have a good sense of humor.
You mean you became prominent because of them?
I thought they named it that after you
Let's
left.
get real. I mean, you may be able to solve the SRM, but how you got to that point was your family developed you to be the person you are, right? You learned the right way to handle yourself, hopefully.
Yeah. Thank you. Absolutely. I always maintain I am my father's son. I am my mother's son. And, but it takes a village to raise a child. And in today's world, it's going to take the world to raise a child. And it's all of us. We are the world. And we are coming together here to figure out how we're going to raise all the children of all the species as the caretaker species, as Homo ahimsa. But we're starting by putting our own oxygen mask on, like they tell you to do on the airplane, right? We, humanity, are putting our mask on, feeding ourselves, so that we can then go ahead and take care of the masks of those sitting to the side of us, all our brother and sister species, and all of Mother Earth. And that second oxygen mask is called SRM, solar radiation management. That's the single biggest thing we can do to save life on Earth. That's another topic which we can delve into. Sarah is asking what portion is next. It might as well be SRM because we've talked plenty about food. And there will be no food if we don't cool the planet. We don't, A, stop the exponential overheating, and B, reverse it.
Jamin,
yeah.
I posted a visual song that's got a very unusual instrument. And are you there? Are you crying?
Oh yeah, I'm here. So you posted it in the chat.
Yeah.
Is that the alternative Canadian national anthem?
No, the other one. I sent it to you because it's like really amazing, and that people would honestly love to see it. And it's like really good for the SRM thing because it's an alternative use of an implement.
Okay, so you're talking about the one that says my guitarre or something like that. Videos, the one you posted a little bit ago, 10 minutes ago. Okay, I'm happy to play that.
Cool.
Happy to play that. Mm-hmm.
See, the Four Strong Winds, the performance is by Neil Young. I would give the thumbs up for that being our national anthem if it's Neil Young singing. Unfortunately, I think it's officially been changed to Baby by Justin Bieber.
Oh. What can he do?
The lyrics are easy. Baby, 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 oh. Baby, 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 oh.
What about Justin Timberlake? Well, Justin's are good, but maybe Timberlake is better because he likes to dance.
He's not Canadian, though.
Oh, shit. That's true.
Well, here's a beautiful Canadian song.
Justin Bieber wears fur, and he's about to stop wearing fur because we're about to make him stop wearing fur soon. Next time he goes to church. Yeah.
He should wear his big block of tofu like he did on Saturday.
He wears so much fur. It's outrageous. But I love him. I've been to his concert, and I have one of my clients in Beverly Hills who's vegan, has 5 animals. One of her cats is Justin Bieber, a tuxedo cat, and he's beautiful, and I'm in love with him. And actually, I get to take care of him. If something happens to my client, then I'm getting him, and I can care for him. I'm in love with him, and yeah. We watch Wheel of Fortune together. That's like the only TV I've ever really watched. We watch Wheel of Fortune on my iPad, me and him, and he like totally knows how to touch it, like the pad, and he like helps solve the puzzle. He's like,
what about Jeopardy?
Who?
Jeopardy, like we'll work out money for 500. Alex,
we don't watch that. We don't have that much time. Okay, so anyway, Justin Bieber's out right now for that, but and also Drake is out because he wears fur, and there's a lot of Canadians, unfortunately, that wear fur, named Justin Trudeau, asshole from hell, that wears fur, and so does seal fur, and so does his wife. So I don't care if you guys are Canadian or not, he sucks. And Shania Twain, maybe. We should get Shania Twain, maybe, because she's
fucking
cool.
Love Shania Twain. She moved to Switzerland. She's really smart. She doesn't wear fur. Yeah, she's smart. She moved to Switzerland.
Yeah. I love her. Yeah, she's amazing. Yeah.
Love her too.
Yeah.
Well, glad we got to the important stuff.
Wheel of Fortune, Justin Bieber. Important.
Shania Twain.
Yeah, she's good.
She's so good. She supported her kids. You know, she supported her parents' kids. She was the oldest kid. She had quite the story.
So did Celine Dion, remember?
No. But maybe we should have like, oh fuck, I'm shutting down.
I hope you're smoking vegan cigarettes, because cigarettes are tested on beagles every day. They're forced to smoke cigarettes.
I think we might have lost Jamie there.
Okay. Let's hope she's smoking vegan cigarettes.
I heard her say, "Oh bleep, I'm shutting down."
Yeah.
Which
What
reminded
was she
me.
doing?
Well,
how do you guys know her?
That was straight out of 2001. Hal saying, "I'm getting tired, Dave. Please, Dave." Anyway, so that's cool. Because she's way over in.
What was she on for? What was Jamie on for?
Oh, she was just hanging with us. Just she was on for part of the Divine Feminine, and then
How was that?
A World Beyond My. Oh, that was amazing. Oh my goodness, we had Myrna Heck.
We missed it.
That's all right. We recorded it.
Yeah, I have to watch it later. We have some stuff going on with the stupid thing with the freaking pigs. They followed. Did you guys hear about it? They followed the truck last night all the way from Utah to LA. Raven and a couple activists, and we met them at the truck. They followed a whole entire truck full of freaking pigs with blood all over their car, and it said warning, and everybody started figuring out who's in those trucks. It was incredible. We had almost 1 million views on our live stream last night. It went all the way until this morning. It was like a 9-hour live. It went at 8 hours, and then Facebook cut it off. Then we had to do a new one, then a new one. So you guys should really try to watch some of it. It's just, it will blow your mind. It will blow your mind.
Sarah, let me ask you something. And Ray as well, and Jackie, has anyone ever heard the term or used the term animal trafficking? Like, we've got human trafficking. So if those were, 15-year-old girls,
we use it. We call people animal hostage negotiators, because we're saying that these animals are held hostage against their will, and we call it animal hostage negotiator. We call ourselves that. We try to negotiate with them, just like when we go to the vigils, at the chicken vigils on Friday nights. We negotiate with the driver. Sometimes he gives us a chicken. Sometimes I walk in there and maybe 4 of them get rescued. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, somehow or another, we are trying to get these hostages and rescue them, because they are there against their will. We know it for sure. Yeah, it's really against the 13th Amendment, slavery. And actually, today is World Orca Day, so please go on and do the actions. They're very easy to do. I should post the link in here. You just click on it, and there's all these little actions. You just click, 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 click. I did it when I was getting my nails done. So yeah, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so anyway, the truck came. Well, anyway, so Raven and then we're in the truck. They started in Utah, in Milford, Utah, in Circle 4 Farms, which is the largest pig farm in the world. And it's in Milford, Utah. And it's really crazy. It's 500,000 pigs, 500,000 pigs, babies. And when they're 6 months old, they drive them to Los Angeles. And then they put them in the gas chamber. And last night we had a drone over, and you could see the pigs going in to the pens. And what they do is, this is so crazy. I did not know this last night. I figured this out. Why did the pigs go in there? Because normally they have to paddle them or shock them off the truck. No pig's just going to get off the truck and walk in there and be like, oh, I'm ready to die. I had a shitty life. I would want to die too. But okay, guess what? We had the drone over there last night. Oh my God. They have mirrors. They have fucking mirrors. And the pigs look at themselves in the mirror, and they think it's a pig on the other side, and they go toward it. And that's when they walk into the gas chamber. And that is why I cannot a lot of times come on these Zoom calls, because I am like literally emotionally going crazy right now, and I can't deal. I don't even want to talk to anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody because this is crazy. People have to find out what's going on. They have to know when they bite into a piece of bacon. What I didn't know either, that you're biting into body parts of a dead baby pig, a dead baby pig, a dead baby, a baby. That's what people eat. They eat babies. When they eat cows, they eat babies. Veal is baby. We don't know this. Nobody knows this. I'm so deep into this that I can't see. I don't see. People don't look. 99.9% of people don't see what I see. And so I am having a very hard time living in the world because I can't deal anymore. I just can't deal. I don't want to talk to anybody. I can barely even eat lately. I get really sick when I eat, and I don't want to look at people eating, and I don't want to smell anything that has animal because it's making me go crazy. I swear. That's why I haven't been going on. I've been really depressed.
You know, Sarah, when you mention the gas chambers, what comes to mind is Holocaust. And now imagine that a bunch of us showed up there at that facility wearing black and white striped pajamas with shaved heads, holding signs that say, "Stop the Holocaust. Stop the Holocaust now. Stop the Holocaust now. Stop the Holocaust now." And in Los Angeles, there will be communities that will be deeply touched by that message and will say, wait a second, is it happening again? Screw that. And LA is the media capital of the world, right? New York has shot itself in the face with all this fake news and Fox News and BS like that. LA is now the media giant of the world. So if we can get this message happening in LA, right where you are, Sarah, stop the Holocaust now. Let's get some black and white pajamas, get a bunch of protesters out there. It's a Holocaust. Let's call it for what it is. There's gas chambers. They're gassing the piggies, the little 6-month-old pigs, to death, and pigs who are anatomically very close to humans, right? Where they're so close to humans, and it's a Holocaust, and it's happening right here in LA. Are you kidding me? You know what? If it were happening in another country, we'd bomb that country. It's happening right here in LA. And what are we doing? We're saying, make that a double extra side of bacon on my cheeseburger, please. Right? We're eating the victims of the Holocaust.
They're building more slaughterhouses. That's what's so scary. But anyway, guys, I just remembered that when I was telling you this story, that I have to make a phone call that I was supposed to not make yesterday, but they called me back because now I'm working on something, and I think they're going to want to pick it up. But I'm working on an investigation because I'm trying to shut down this place. And no matter what happens, I'm about to shut down this place that has over 2.5 million birds, no matter if this organization helps me or if I have to do it myself. But I can't take it anymore. Because after I go into these places, I don't just forget about it. I literally think about it. Then I go back there and risk a little bit more of my life, maybe go to jail. But then I decide I don't want to go to jail right now during the pandemic because they'll think I'm like a terrorist. But I have gone back there a couple more times to get more footage and just see what happened because they killed the egg-laying hens on the left-hand side, which I have proof of because they're not there anymore, which I have proof of. And now they have ones on this side. So it does prove that they are killing them by the millions when they're done with them after 6 weeks. So this place needs to shut down, and it sells as a cage-free label. And I used to buy cage-free, and a lot of people buy cage-free, and they think that when they're paying, this is a consumer fraud issue. So you have to look at it that way. So that's how I'm going to get this place shut down, because I'm going to shut it down saying it has COVID and that it's a consumer fraud issue. Because when people buy, nobody cares about animals, unfortunately, not right now. So they care about people. So when they say, well, what about the people? I'm like, yeah, well, what about the people that think they're eating cage-free eggs? And here's proof that they're not cage-free. Not only are they not cage-free, but look at all these dead ones in there on top of each other. And literally, it's gross. And the smell is disgusting, and the environmental pollution, and the people that have to live around that neighborhood. It's been on the news. They've investigated. I mean, they've complained about it, but nobody's obviously gone in there and investigated. But yeah, anyway, it is what it is. I'm just sick of going in there. But all right, I'm sorry getting going on my rant today. I just had to say something because I was getting so stressed out about it. And just seeing those pigs going in there. Somebody, Tomo, said he wanted me to, okay, the link, the DXE link, it's direct action everywhere. I'll send those links over in just a minute. But yeah, when you see those babies, it's at the end, when you see the pigs going in, and you see them in the mirrors, and they're so cute, and they're looking at each other, and they're just so sweet, and you're just praying to God, like, what? I mean, I don't even believe really in God, but I'm just like praying, like, oh God, like, why is this happening? Like, why are these babies being trucked all the way 500 miles just to die? Like, what? That does not make any sense at all. And also, it was 108 degrees in Death Valley yesterday when they were going through that one part. Oh, no, it was like 140 degrees during that part. The one time it was 106 in like Las Vegas area. So, yeah. All right, I'm going to post those links, and then I'm going to make my phone call I need to make. Then I'll come back on for the food healers, because today, just remember, post your vegan food online on any social media and hashtag plant-based party. Billie Eilish's mom came on yesterday, Maggie Baird's mom, Maggie Baird on Jane Unchained. And today there's going to be $40,000 given to people that are hungry. This is like the food healers thing that's going on here in LA with Billie Eilish and her mom. It's called Support and Feed. So you can go to supportandfeed.com. I'll start putting all these links in, and then I'll be out. Bye, y'all. Thanks.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm really glad you came, and really glad you spoke up, and that you consider this space safe for exactly that kind of sharing, which it is. So thank you, and definitely keep coming back after your call or whenever it's good. Hey, sweetheart, we're having a good. If you want to join in, let me know. Otherwise, I got my earbuds in. Yeah. And it is a couple of minutes from the top of the hour. We're now 6 hours into the 24-hour block party. And I would motion we take a little break, if that works for folks, before we resume. And of course, people are welcome. Yeah, yes. So go ahead. Yeah.
Jamie, could you play the song then, please, in the break?
Oh yeah. I'll definitely play it on the break. Let me pull it up and make sure that I have the right song. And again, it's not the Canadian, is it the Canadian alternative Canadian anthem at 12:40 p.m. that you posted, or is it?
No, it's the guitar one.
Oh, okay, the Facebook one, My Guitar. Okay, right. Okay, I'm pulling that up, and okay, let me.
I've obviously morphed into some kind of a disc jockey type.
All right, so I will play that during the break. That goes for about 3 minutes. And how long of a break are people wanting? Let me make sure. Hey, sweetheart, you ready for a break? Okay, perfect. I could use easily 15 minutes, no problemo. And again, here let me stop recording this segment,